Welcome back to the fiery world of the Cinestro course. Your boy Blacksby, and today we are discussing the finale of the second season of House of the Dragon, now streaming on HBO Max, whatever the hell the name is. I forget.
We don't know at this
Also,
point.
we'll also be discussing Trap, now in theaters, from the once great M Night Shyamalan. Sorry if I butchered your name, bro. Don't worry, we're going. Don't worry, we're going to butcher this film when we get to that. But anyways, before we get to horrible outcomes and horrible effects, let's start at the top with House of the Dragon season 2 finale. We've come very far over the last 8 episodes of going through Westeros, the history of the Targaryen household, seeing the battle for the Iron Throne between the Blacks and the Greens. The Blacks.
The Blacks.
It's been very interesting this season because it started off like from the last season being, really intense with the fights and stuff here and the real great exposition. This has been very story forward for the majority of season 2. And that's a lot of people's chief complaint. I think it's great because it's setting up a grander stage. Yes, they should have sprinkled some more action in there. Yeah, but I think it's a good idea to.
I love that. I love how you leaned in exactly to the thing that I think a lot of people were complaining about this season and this finale in particular. I heard and I read a lot of discourse saying people were like, "Oh, this is just a teaser for season 3." Oh, this is basically, and it's like they're making jokes like, "Oh, this finale could have been an email or whatever," and it's like, I think this kind of thinking and kind of like this kind of like critiquing is kind of what got us into season 8 of Game of Thrones territory. I think it's part of the reason the show fell apart is because they stopped taking their time and they tried rushing through everything. And look, House of the Dragon season 2 shortened its 10-episode season to 8 episodes. I think next season is also 8 episodes. So I mean that's a problem in and of itself. But I think our like, and I say this all the time, long-term storytelling is exactly that. Long-term storytelling. Like you're gonna have to wait to see how the story unfolds, right? And it sucks that it's every 2 years, but like you can't get angry at the writers and the showrunner Ryan Condal for being like, all right, we've got all these pieces now. Here's a finale. It's gonna tease you where are we going.
Right.
Well, you're gonna have to wait to season 3. That's how TV works.
Yeah,
that's the point of TV. This isn't a movie. This isn't a TV show that you binge and watch all at once. Like they have to build that anticipation and they have to leave you wanting more. And I think that's something that we as audience members have kind of gotten out of rhythm with, right? Is being like, oh fuck, now I gotta wait a whole year for another season to come out, right? And I think like that's because we're so spoiled and we got so used to binging everything and getting like instant gratification from the things that we consume, from the content that we consume. So I think people complaining about that seems kind of redundant. It's like that's the point of a TV show, is to tease you and kind of like like lead you on and be like, nope. It's like you're gonna have to tune in 2 years to watch how what happens from here on out. But
that's one of the big sorry to interject on that last part right there. That's one of the best parts about older TV shows. It'd be a 15-20 episode season. The finale would cap off the story of whatever that season is, but it would do a good job of setting up the future of the the next season and what happens next. Like for example, Supernatural, one of the longest running CW shows and arguably one of the more successful ones.
For sure.
It did a good job of ending one season. Like for example, Dean fucking dies. Everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, Dean is dead." But season 3, they go rescue him from hell, or whatever. Season 4, or whatever, they go back to rescue him from hell. Right. Comes back from hell. It does a good job of ending that story from season 2 and going. I keep mixing the seasons up, so Supernatural fans, don't kill me. I just think Jensen Ackles looks cool, and he has that gravelly voice. I am, So I think it's a good story. It just does a great job, and that just goes back to what we talk about all the time. Fantastic writing, great storytelling, and a director who knows what he's doing. And I think that's what a lot of these shows, and it's not just House of the Dragon that's facing this criticism. It's every show we've talked for the last 2 years. Save for The Boys. The Boys is the one show I can say has not really faltered on that end, with writing and leading into the next season. Because right now we're wondering what the hell's going to happen in season 5. But like, the Marvel shows, for example, Secret Invasion, WandaVision, all those other shows, they're too short and they're trying to tell too much story in a short amount of time. Mind you, shows like WandaVision and all that and The Boys, they're all based on actual tangible material, comic books. Just like this show is based on a book series, which is like what, 8-10 books. I don't know. George R.R. Martin was in that. He was in there with the pen writing something like that.
The Song of Ice and Fire.
Yeah, but the House of the Dragon is based on one book.
But
Fire was it Fire and Blood?
The material, like the series, the whole storyline, all of it. It's a bunch of different books. And the books are like what, this big too. You have a lot to tell. You cannot. I don't care what anyone says. You cannot tell an entire book's worth of story in 6 to 8 episodes of 1 hour episodes. And go ahead and break them bitches down to 30, 45 minutes, make it like a 20 episode season and go from there.
To build on what Matt and Luis have said so far, like, you have to realize that this is the precursor to Game of Thrones. This is what sets up what is effectively an 8-season epic of a show spanning, like, how long was Game of Thrones? Like 6 years?
Like 10 years.
It was on like 6-10 years, right?
It came from like 2014 to like
this is a very, very broad, large thing that sets up the larger world building of Westeros and Essos, just the whole atmosphere of the Game of Thrones narrative as a whole. So you don't get any of those character interactions between Daenerys and God, what is his name? The main Stark. What the fuck is his name?
Jon Snow.
Yeah. Between Jon Snow or the slaughters of House Stark, or any of the things like the Battle of the Bastards or the Night King. You don't get any of that without this setup. And if we are going to build to that effectively and avoid the clusterfuck that was season 8, where a lot of people not only just dropped off but wrote the show and the IP off as a whole, we need to be able to build on this. And with the whole scenario of the whole Dragon War going down, like, this is a very pivotal part within the history of this franchise. So I'm honestly glad they're taking it slowly. We've gotten a good amount of character growth throughout the entirety of season 1, right? And the build up for the first half of season 2, right? And now we have all of the pieces in place. We have all the skirmishes sorted out. Now we're getting to where the alliances have been formed. Everything's locked in. And season 3, I'm feeling like it's going to be all gas, no brakes. We're going to get small bits of character, but we're going to get a whole lot of action.
I agree.
There was a little the little trailer thing at the end. If you watch all the way through the episode past the credits, there's a little trailer, and they basically go into season 1. Season 2 is setting up the fact that we're approaching this real war. Season 3 is going to be total war. It's just going to be straight the whole season. But yeah, Luis, go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, I know that there's some and to be fair to the people who are like critical of the season, I understand you, I hear you, and look, and there is like I think it's reason that you could be concerned, right? It's like, first of all, like, the cutback from 10 episodes to 8 episodes wasn't the showrunner's choice. The executive producer, Sarah Hess, basically decided to decline to comment on the reduction of season 2 from 10 episodes to 8 episodes, but she notes that it wasn't really their decision, right? So we had known about this for a while. The scripts were done by January 2023. Basically, the HBO claimed that it was story-driven, but Deadline had reported that it was corporate leadership focusing on cost-cutting, right? So that's yet another thing we can blame David Zaslav for. They also reported that a major battle that was scheduled supposed to have happened in season 2 was moved back to season 3, and essentially that was the battle of the Gullet, which is from the books. Again, Brian Condo confirmed that the Gullet is pushed back due to resources. And essentially, it just basically feels like House of the Dragon team, they wrote 10 episodes. We're told, pretty late in the process that Warner Brothers or, corporate leadership wanted to reduce it to 8. And so basically they were kind of trying to figure out how to navigate that situation and make what was once a 10 episode season into 8 episodes, while trying to, still make it a kind of a satisfying and congruent story. So just to suffice to say, I understand people's concerns. It was lackluster, to say the least. I do think that we could have expected more. I think we should have gotten more from it. But I think the showrunners and the creatives were kind of like had their hands tied behind their back. They did the best they could. I think if the show ends up being a dud from here on out, we can look back at this moment and be like, we should have seen it coming. The signs were all there. But for now, I think we should all kind of like temper our expectations, just kind of relax, let it breathe, enjoy A Night of the Seven Kingdoms that's coming out next year in 2025, and then focus on and then let season 3 happen in 2026 when it happens, and then we'll see if it was a good decision or not to kind of leave all that shit to season 3 and see how that works out. But
I was just gonna say from what I'm
Battle of the Bastards this season.
From what I'm looking at, man, dude, there is a saying I see a lot on Twitter, and I think it rings true with this finale that media literacy is dead for some people, because this is a little bit OD. The overwhelming consensus seems to be the belief that this is the worst season of the Game of Thrones IP, including season 8, that's a lot. That is a lot. Saying that this season is mismanaged. Now, do I think that there could have been more? Yes. Was it underwhelming? Yes, especially considering what we've had beforehand, where I think this is also better than Game of Thrones in some facets by getting me hooked and actually caring about characters outright, right? But at the end of the day, I have not seen egregious rushing of pacing, just disgustingly sloppy special effects, or complete and total character assassinations like we see in season 8. This, by far, is like a splinter compared to like the sawed-off shotgun wound that is season 8. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's completely dragged. I think, personally, this is actually a reasonably good season. We didn't see too much action, but we got a good amount of character beats, and we're seeing all the pieces set up. I feel like if this season was, less character developed or less narrative focused, right, and it's sidetracked a whole lot, we would see more people complaining when the time season 3 comes around of, oh, this doesn't make sense. How did this person get here? That seems a little bit rushed. Why would this thing have to happen off screen? Because the pacing wouldn't allow for it. And because they've managed to get so much into this second season, I feel like all the pieces that are on the board set up perfectly. Maybe not perfectly, but still better. So yeah, that's my thought. Overall, I give this second season, I give it an 8. I give it an 8.
Ratings, you giving it an 8?
Even mediocre House of the Dragons is still really good House of the Dragon.
Yeah, it turns out mediocre House of the Dragon is still better than the worst of Game of Thrones.
Worst Game of Thrones.
We're gonna get to what the worst is in a second.
No, I agree. I'll give him the season or the finale.
Finale overall.
Let's do a finale rating and a season rating.
Okay. So season overall, I'll give it 8.5. Finale, I'll give it 8.
Okay.
Solid.
I like how it worked.
I'll give the finale. I'll give it like a 7.5. I'll give the season as a whole like an 8. I think, again, like I said, it was, kind of lackluster. We expected a little bit more, but like I said, I do think that it is setting. I don't think there's anything wrong with setting up what is to come, especially when it comes to television. If it was a movie, I'd have a bigger problem with it. But it's a TV show. That's the point. It's supposed to set stuff up so that it can then pay it off in the future. So again, we'll see what happens. I feel like season 3 is going to be gangbusters. I'm really excited for it. I do think it's going to be probably some of the best television we've ever seen. And maybe I'm overhyping it, but I'm excited for it. But yeah, Matthew,
I'm right there with both of y'all. I think finale, also give it 7.5 to an 8. There's a little bit more I wanted in there, but for the most part, it did a great job. Like I said, it's capping off the story part. We're getting the real background between Alicent and Rhaenyra as adults, and getting the background of Aemond really trying to take over, doing the fratricide, whatever that is, fratricide, trying to burn up his brother. All the little backstories, those are all getting to they're coming to a head.
It's closing everything off pretty well. I
Mhm.
think like the whole Alex and Rhaenyra thing, like they've gone to a point with the point of no
Their
return. They can't go back.
Already finished.
Yeah, there's like they can't go back to what they once were. Allison and Helena, like that's like Aemond is kind of coming like full circle as well. Like he kind of knows that his end is near, and Rhaenyra is finally deciding to wage war, and that's going to lead to fucking some horrendous atrocities. And so she's kind of like
they already started with Aemon burning up Sharpstown,
right?
And then now Daemon's locking in and it's like, I got to support my queen.
Exactly.
Everyone's coming together.
Daemon's arc,
that last shot at the end when they were showing all the different armies like amassing and stuff, I thought that was pretty freaking cool.
Yeah,
like,
the little
seeing the Lannisters doing this shit with Tyland
montage
and his freaky sailor queen, and then seeing Corlys, the deadbeat sea snake, and then seeing all the other people, everybody getting their shit together. I'm like, this is about to be something serious.
Yeah,
we're about to see some real Westerosi shit going on.
Yeah.
I also really liked.
I'm gonna give the season real quick. I'm gonna give my season rating too.
So
go for it. Season rating, I'm gonna give it an 8 also. 7.5 for the finale, but an 8.5 for the season overall, because I think it was great. Remember, I had the speed run, the rewatch of season one, and I got caught up very fast on doing that rewatch. Got to the first couple episodes of season 2, and I was like, this is actually really good. Especially for a lot of the shows we've seen, they're very much. Some of them try to be very action forward and it falls flat. Some of them try to be very story forward and it falls flat. This one managed to do a good balance of both. More so on the story side, which is fine. Like I said, it's exposition for the next big thing. So everyone involved, and they had a lot of good directors and writers teaming up for this. Great job. We're looking forward to season 3. Hopefully, it is the best Game of Thrones content that we've seen thus far until the next thing or whatever it may be. But AZ, what were you about to say?
I was just going to say, I wholeheartedly agree with everything you guys said. And my favorite part of this season, aside from people just getting reduced to fucking atoms, deciding they wanted to be dragon riders, that was fun. But I think my favorite thing to come out of this finale...
Bitch ass, bro. I'm sick of Ulf.
Oh, bro, annoying, is it the one that with the blue dragon? The one that just like has like no manners?
The one with Silverwing.
Silverwing.
I like him.
Best.
I like him. He's just so fucking. He's just a grub, dude. He's just a fucking trash man.
All my real Hugh Hammer fans stand up.
Where's like, hey, can I get some more of these little birds? Can I get some more of these little birds?
More birds. And then he was like this fucking guy, and Adam's like,
oh man. But I think my favorite thing out of this finale was seeing Daemon get the Loki treatment where he watches the entirety of everything, all the sequels, and
that's
he's
what
like,
Luis is about to say something.
Where he's like, oh shit, I might not be that guy. I thought I was a protagonist.
No, that was one of the only good things I liked about the finale was that it was that I didn't really like the Daemon Harrenhal stuff. I think it went on for way too long.
Yeah, me neither. It was getting dragged out.
It was just kind of like pointless. I was like, all right, here we go. Come on, give us something else.
Yeah, because I know
y'all saw my message in the chat. It's just, my tweets. Everyone's doing some type of like something, and Daemon's over there like freaking no, the whole time.
Yeah, but I think
he's like, I'm here too.
Yeah, but I think it ended up well. I think he's probably the character who had the biggest arc or the most. He's the most different now than he was at the beginning of the season, and that was really interesting to see. I really liked that. I liked how he became kind of selfless, and he's dedicated to Rhaenyra, and he's like, this is so much bigger than us, and this isn't just ourselves. And so that was very, very, very cool, and I really liked that.
You really get to see every like redeemable trait, like the nobility that Daemon has under the surface. You really get to see it really come out front and center, because originally it was like hidden under all these layers. It was really trapped. And speaking of traps, I'm so excited.
Boo.
I couldn't think of a segue. I just really have to say hateful things right now.
That was terrible.
This shit bugging me. We're talking M. Night Shyamalan.
That was so terrible. Just
I'm
like
the movie Trap.
Just like this.
We're talking M. Night Shyamalan's latest dumpster fire.
M. Night
Trap.
Shyamalan. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That was rude. I like M. Night, but yeah, we're talking about.
Listen,
I like M. Night pre 2017.
He's got some hits, he's got Devil. I think Devil is genuinely a pretty good film.
Do you guys want to talk about your kind of like your relationship with M. Night and his movies and stuff really briefly before we get into completely shitting on this?
We'll start with our M. Night golden years and we'll go to the what the fuck is happening right now.
What would I'd say like the first M. Night film I was aware of was Lady in the Water. Thought it was a horror movie when I was a little kid, and I was like, I watched it, and I was like, I don't know what this is, but I'm probably just too young to understand it. And then I saw Devil, and Devil fucks. Devil's pretty goddamn good. A pretty good premise. Devil? It's not terrible. It's not the strongest narrative thing, but it is. I do remember it being genuinely upsetting. It's kind of like a bottle film, or a bottle episode. It's really good. It's these people trapped in an elevator, and one of them is secretly the devil in disguise who's punishing. He
didn't direct Devil, bro.
What? Really? I thought he had a hand in Devil.
He may have produced it.
AZ's life is a lie.
Hey man, I gotta give him.
I think he produced it. Yeah,
I gotta give him. Look, man, he had a hand in it. That's all I'm saying. It's pretty good, right? Sixth Sense, always a classic banger.
He was really diving into that supernatural side. That's when he was really walking in with the supernatural element.
And then speaking of elements, I was gonna get to where I started hating this nigga. So only the Avatar can master all four elements, but only M. Night Shyamalan can take an IP and bash it into the fucking rocks. Oh god. The Last Airbender is one of the most not even just atrocious adaptations I've ever seen. It's genuinely one of the worst films I've ever fucking seen. Not even just as a fan of the IP. I've shown it to my dad who's never seen an episode of the show and he hates it. He genuinely got mad at me halfway through it. He's like, "Why would you show me this? I don't want to watch this."
This is
terrible.
I just feel like I just got hit with the Winter Soldier code words, bro.
He's honestly so interesting because his career is literally ups and downs because it's like the Sixth Sense kind of shot him into superstardom, right? That's classic. People are like, this movie's awesome. Like when it came out, they were like, that's one of the greatest twists of all time. It's like it's like the Sixth Sense, right? Banger. Then he went to make Unbreakable, which is a great movie and honestly probably one of the best superhero movies I think ever made. It's honestly it's a really good movie. Then he made Signs, which I think is a banger. I love that movie. I love that movie. I hate Mel Gibson, but Signs is a great movie. So you had three great movies back to back. The Village, people are incredibly mixed on, but I think it was pretty good. I like the premise. I think the twist works.
The cast was stellar in that movie.
Yeah, exactly. So I really like The Village. And then he has a low period. The Village.
I think Lady in the Water.
Yeah, Lady in the Water.
Really it was ooh, but after that. The Happening in Last Airbender.
No, dude, it was The Happening, and then Last Airbender and After Earth. He directed After Earth as well.
After Earth.
So but here's what I'm saying: it goes up and down. So that's his low period. Then he makes The Visit, and that's kind of like a return. It's a return to form. People are like, "Oh, M. Night's back. He's not doing found footage. We're back, baby." Then he did Split. People are like M. Night. This is it. He was gone too long. The resurgence of a master.
And mind you, Split is the continuation of Unbreakable, which is also one of his. He's going back to his roots.
Exactly. It's cool. He's doing the superhero. We're doing the interconnected stories, and then he decided to make Glass, which
you can't spell Glass without
ass. Exactly.
That shit is not good.
And then he made Old.
Which is
bad.
The beach that makes you old. Yes.
Yeah, and then he made Knock at the Cabin. Atrocious.
Which is it looks so good on the trailers.
Bad.
No, trust me, it looks
really.
So good
it's that bad. I still have not seen it.
It's bad.
I heard about it. I was like, It's like, come on, man.
Then he made Trap.
It seems from
his career is literally up and down.
Trap is worse.
Honestly,
he's got some bangers in him.
He's got that stock market trajectory, bro. He said we're getting our ups, back on the ups, getting our dividends, all that and shit. Crash.
But he doesn't. I feel like it's just, even if he has highs, they're just so drastically outweighed by the lows, because the lows are just like, they're not even like genuinely just bad movies. They're like baffling. They're like confusing.
Last Airbender, After Earth, and The Happening are pretty.
Oh, those wait, no. There's another M. Night movie I think is pretty good. What is The Visit? Is that M. Night?
Yeah, that's when he was
getting back up.
That's a good one. That's a genuinely good one.
Yeah, then he made Split after that.
And Split's also pretty good.
It's within the same. It's within like a 1 year time frame.
Yeah,
exactly.
From The Visit
and then I think he just like
2015.
He runs out of his fucking Ritalin prescription and loses focus. I don't know what the fuck happens.
Yeah,
we gotta do is we gotta find him and we gotta give him some Adderall and be like, lock in, bro. Bro. Get back on the horse, because what you're doing right now, like, I think we've done enough of the let's remember the old M. Night. Now it's time to lock in and show tear this shit up, because
I recap the
I cannot in good conscience, like we talked about this in the text. We weren't gonna talk about this film initially, but then as each of us started watching it, it's like we cannot in good conscience not say anything about this film.
Can I sum up the
go ahead.
Can I sum up the plot?
Because I know you're going to do a better job than me. I'll be disrespectful.
I saw this movie literally just last night at like 3 a.m. So I'm pretty fresh on this. But this is the story of it. So there is a serial killer. His name is the Butcher. Not Billy Butcher, but he is a butcher. Mm-hmm. And what he does is he chops people up in little bitty pieces. And he takes his daughter to see this lady in concert named Lady Raven.
Her favorite artist, yeah.
Her favorite artist, right? Basically like the Taylor Swift of this universe, right? And so what actually is going on is that secretly FBI learned not only that the Butcher is going to be at this concert, but they're planning to trap him. Hence the name of the movie, Trap. You get it? Because it's a trap.
And hijinks ensue.
And so it's the Butcher trying to escape. Sounds cool. And then you watch it, and then it's very not cool.
It's not. It's
before you dive into the rest of the story of that movie, the concept that we discussed this on a different thread when we're just talking about Benicio del Toro, what's it called, Denzel Washington, just different like phenomenal actors. This same concept, and Ashley talked about this too while we were at the Rangers game. Same concept, baseball game, football game, whatever it is, whatever big major event. Have actual, like, legit script writers, and you will have this. This is a concept that you can't fumble this, and somebody managed to fumble it. It's such a cool concept. This is one guy out of however many hundreds of thousands of fans or whatever number you want to put on it. Mm-hmm. How do you track this one guy within all this crowd? How do you go about making this like a methodical, step by step,
a cat and mouse game?
Going back and forth and We never even saw the freaking profiler until like the very end. I think its problem is that poorly executed.
Its problem is that from its conception, I think it was not off
all the way
off on the right track. He admitted, and M. Night said himself, and look, and this is the one good thing I'll say about it. Look, M. Night said himself that he made this movie as like his daughter is a musician, is an artist, and is a singer. He made this movie because he wanted her to have her own concert film.
Yeah,
and look, and I think that is sweet. I think that's thoughtful. I think if you're a father, you would want to do that for your daughter. And look, and y'all know I hate nepotism, but they're brown, and I'm for brown nepotism because white people have that nepotism shit on lock. So seeing a person of color be a nepo baby, that's fine, whatever.
Now,
the problem is that is the very reason why this movie is dog shit, because it focuses too much on Lady Raven and her concert, and she's too big a character in this film. With all due respect to M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, she's not a good actress, and you can't have a character take up that much, not only the screen time, but like be that important in this story when she's just not that strong an actor, especially when you have her
Last
across
30
from
minutes.
Josh Hartnett.
Yeah,
who
she
is
doesn't have a good enough like
he is out of his
camera
fucking
presence, I guess.
he is out of his fucking mind in this movie, like figuratively and like and metaphor and like not
acting wise and
figuratively and literally. Yeah, he's acting his ass off in this movie. I think he is amazing in this. He is the best part of it.
Grace
He is amazing. He is so good. It's insane. Everything else falls apart. The script is bad. The filmmaking isn't particularly interesting or engaging.
The
it's
one
not.
good shot was the shot of
go
him
ahead.
in the trailer where it locked in on his face and it was like that red light. That's the only shot I really liked because I thought they were going to do something with that. You know, using red in recent movies that we watched, Monkey Man, great use of the color red, especially when those doors open and you just see him standing there, just
and
ready to
even what's that one movie? Evil Dead with like the muted blues and greens and color tones, right? It sets your brain in the mood of the scene. But this film has no mood or emotion. It feels like one of two things: either completely written by ChatGPT or by someone who has a vague understanding of English as their first language, because every single line is delivered with like not even. I don't even mean like their first.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
He did write that. He did write that. But here's the thing: the script is the weakest part of this film. But like I said, I think it's from its inception. I think he was like, okay, let's make a concert movie for my daughter. Now, how can we write something interesting and engaging? How can we write a movie around it? As
like
opposed to
those
being like as opposed to being like, I have a cool idea for a movie. Oh, wouldn't it be also be cool to kind of in kind of also indulge my daughter and involve her? But that's not the point of why I'm making this movie. The point of the movie is because I have this really cool idea and I want to make a good movie. And that wasn't the point.
To remove the
people say all the time, every time there's a running joke, like Beyonce will show up for like the Super Bowl halftime show and like, who put this football game in the Beyonce concert? That's how this movie felt like. Who put this serial killer in the Lady Raven concert? I didn't come here to see serial killer. I came here to see Lady Raven, when actually it should have been, here's a movie about a serial killer that happens to be at this concert.
Yeah.
And to clarify my point from earlier to sound less racist, whenever people like first learn English, right, or whenever they first learn it as a language, they speak very matter-of-factly and very straight to the point, right? Not like as fluidly as you would hear us talking, right? Just to get their point across as quickly and efficiently as possible. With this movie, it has that, but like if it's delivered by like a robot, kind of, because like the dialogue doesn't feel real. Right, not like in beings actually speaking. Yeah, not like in a sense of like some sort of like surrealism or like some like hyper realistic kind of thing going on. It genuinely feels unreal. There's a point where M. Night Shyamalan has his signature iconic M. Night cameo, and this is an actual line of dialogue that I will quote from the movie. He says, "That's actually my niece. I'm her uncle, her mom's brother." That is 3 pieces of clarification for the same exact piece of information. It is so redundant. The entirety of the movie is filled with like weird, bizarre little acting choices that almost make it endearing. And like the mom character for the little girl that she has beef with. What the fuck is her deal? What is that? What is that whole interaction?
Incredibly jarring.
The funniest part of that whole movie too was the second mom with her daughter, and then
where she's
the
like,
main character daughter got on stage and she's
like, "Why are you such a beast?" I'm like, "What the fuck is that?"
That was funny.
But look, and I get infusing humor into your movies, but it felt incredibly jarring to me because it's like we're supposed to feel this like tension and the sense of like anxiety and suspense. It's like, what's going on? What's going to happen? How's he going to get out of the situation? And it just kept going like, like start and stopping, because he would inject these moments that were supposed to inject levity, but instead it was just kind of like taking the air out of the balloon. It's just like, what? Okay, now we got to start back up again. And once we get going, it's like, we stop. And it's just like, it just felt very start and stop. And that was very
it's a lot of tonal whiplash kind of thing going on.
Yeah. I just wanted to say, just like my main problem with the movie was also, it was just like this movie, it was just a large like series of coincidences. You know, that's just coincidence. The craziest coincidence would just happen. A coincidence would happen, he got access to a radio. A coincidence would happen, he got access to a key card. A coincidence would happen, he got out of the stadium. A coincidence happened, he escaped, and it's just like, this is so unbelievable.
You know what coincidence?
Really lazy.
You know what coincidence like actually was like eye rolling. Like, what was the first one where I clocked in? I was like,
which one?
Hey, no, when he got that apron. That random apron, and then there was that dude's whole wallet and card in there, and I was no, what are you fucking talking about? No, that's a little bit too coincidental.
And
on top of that, why was
the first coincidence was him talking to the guy at the merch stand? Because why would you?
He told him everything.
If you are being told that, hey, this is a secret thing for all employees, we're trying to catch a killer. Why would you tell anyone that? And he said, you know, the butcher, the guy who's been chopping people up on TV.
He's like, I'm not supposed to tell you
this. But and as soon as he said that, I was like, all right.
He was giving
so unbelievable.
There's so many points.
We're laughing. It was so bad. I was laughing because it was so bad. I was like, this is horrible dialogue.
That's another thing. There's so much oversharing in this movie. I don't even mean from an expository standpoint. I mean like narratively. Not even narratively. I mean in a logical sense. There are people in this movie who are told information they should not be privy to. For instance, why in the fuck? I understand it's the Nepo Baby commercial. I understand that. But why in the effervescent mother of fuck did the FBI tell their entire psychological profile to the fucking pop star? All the pop star would need to know is, hey, there's a dangerous man here. We know what he's about. We know what he acts like. Avoid him. That's all you need to know, because this is a fucking investigation. Why is she so aware?
All the coincidences just made it seem like, instead of him being like a very methodical, like calculating, kind of just like evil, like psychopath, it just felt like he was just the luckiest dude on
everyone
earth. And that's
around him is just slightly dumber.
Everyone is just stupid.
That's
why he got away with everything, not because he's so smart or so prepared or calculated. He's just lucky, you know.
Real quick,
I don't think this is what he meant to do. What M. Night meant to do was to highlight how like goofy movie cops are, or because you know, like AZ was talking about, like this, are they like freaking Gotham PD, and
they genuinely feel like the Gotham City Police Department. They're fucking in that.
I don't know if M. Night intentionally meant for that to be like a, hey, this is what's going on with these cops. They're goofy, but like everything from the start with Jamie telling him the entire backstory of the plan, from him going to the break room, from him snatching the ID and going to the break room and talking to those cops, and they're literally telling him everything. I'm like, bro,
yeah.
Why didn't they stop and be like, hey, sir, can you leave for a second? Like, I get it.
There's also
fake an employee. He's pretending to be an employee, but like, if you know you're about to bust out this mission, just from what I know, like if you're about to bust down on a mission, why are you
engaging with civilians?
Exactly. You should not be giving them that classified information.
That guy was the cop. The team leader was like, "This is Jimmy. He was killed. He was 22 years old." That's already going to be in the shift briefing. It's already going to be in the mission briefing. You should be. Our mission right now is isolate, extract, question. They're doing too much of this bullshit dialogue, and it's really pissing me off, man.
My favorite thing was when they took what I think was like the vague subtitles of excerpts from a Criminal Minds episode, because their profile on the guy was like a vague description someone would give if they'd recently were conked on the head by a mugger, like white man, 30s to possibly 40s, 6 feet tall, brunette. Congratulations. I've described half of the population of Wiley, Texas. Amazing. Like, I've narrowed down fucking nothing. Their profile is not a profile. It's more like it's more like the fucking settings that you put in fucking Sims to make a character. Like, it doesn't feel like an actual criminal profile. It feels like every single thing they have to go on makes no sense. I've said this in my little tweet rant, and I would just like to read it. I would just like to read the first 2 tweets verbatim. Letterbox, you will be having this posted to you. The real trap in the movie Trap is the premise that lures you into a seat and then clamps down a large metal slab to snap your neck with the actual film's content. A lackluster narrative with the runtime padding of musical performances for a director's kid. Christ almighty, this is awful. Foregoing Kevlar vests, strapping 5... 1,000 chicken McNuggets to a wife beater and then expecting the same caliber of protection from a gunshot would be better decision making than every single antagonist in this entire film. This nigga is the most off-putting person I've ever seen, and I'm amazed that I could arrest him before the actual federal government.
I also think M. Night's kind of problem is that people just expect for all of his movies to have a twist. So you just sit there. You're gonna sit there. You're gonna sit in the audience and just be like, "When's it coming? What is it?" And you're trying to figure it out before the movie tells you. You're just like, is the twist? Oh, okay, so the twist is going to be actually that his daughter's the killer, or whatever. You're going to be like, or the twist is actually that the wife is also in on it, or whatever. And it's like, and so you're just trying to figure out the entire time, and it's not letting you. And it's so bad that the movie allows you enough time and enough freedom to go about and just kind of start rambling. And also, the twist in this movie sucked.
Very bad.
A dog dick. It was what I did it. It contributed so much to the stop-start shit.
It was like, bro, like how did we get here? Like they couldn't even have made it be like he slipped up one time and he corrected his slip up. But no, it was the wife thought he was cheating.
Well, it was his daughter.
She ran out there.
And then
exactly. Why wasn't someone who we're not expecting?
Yeah, and it also it opens up a lot of questions. Like they said he had multiple houses. Okay, if he kills a different person at every single house, how is he applying for those? Does he have some kind of rental agreement? Is the land in his name? Is it under a pseudonym? Does he have a series of fake identities?
Does this nigga have?
How much money does he fucking have in this economy?
He's a firefighter.
Firefighters don't make multiple house money, bro.
Let me tell you right now, there is no fucking way, no shot. A firefighter salary pays for multiple houses.
Unless he is fighting every fire in America, Luis, it is fundamentally impossible for him to have done what he's done.
You know who shot this movie? I can't pronounce his name. I'm so sorry. Soyambu Mugdeepram. He shot Call Me By Your Name, Suspiria, two Luca Guadagnino movies. He shot Beckett, that movie with John David Washington. But he also shot Challengers. And Trap. So he's worked with Luca Guadagnino before.
So what happened? Oh, M. Night.
M. Night probably happened. I was just very interesting. I just didn't realize that
there was a review I listened to that kind of sums up the vibe of this movie. If you would like to see not a thriller or a very compelling movie, but the most accurate representation of a hitman game, meaning a grown man who's possibly controlled by a teenager and every AI that's dumber than like every single microorganism you'd find on the face of this earth, then yes, watch this, because this is the best Hitman live action adaptation I've ever seen.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
She was ass,
like
bro.
when she goes back to his house, why did she go back with this random man to the house? This person who was randomly talking about death and carbon monoxide inhalation, all this like crazy shit. Like maybe think like, hey,
I would have just wait a minute. She couldn't have just been like, he played his hand and she was like, hey, I'll drop y'all off. And just come into the door and be like, okay, cool. And then leave and call the fucking cops. What are you doing? Why are you putting yourself in that situation?
And I know movies, we're supposed to suspend our disbelief. Let's be blunt and realistic here. If some serial killer tells you to your face, I kill people, I'm a fuck this guy's life if you say anything or you alert the cops while I'm here, she's gonna shit a brick. She's gonna be like, okay, let's get you home, and be like, go run straight to the profiler later on or off screen or whatever, because that, when did she become the hero character is the thing I'm trying to say. When did she become the FBI's most
you want to know when that happened?
You are Taylor Swift, bro.
You know when that happened? When at the end
she said, I need help, guys. I was like,
guys, I need help. I'm blogging to all of you to find this murder house.
And then everyone was like, she looks like she's in danger. I was like,
and they're like, no. I know that statue of the lion. It's right by my grandparents' house.
The one fucking lion statue.
Oh my gosh! In Philadelphia.
In Philadelphia,
you know how many lion statues are in any given metropolitan area? There's like 1,000.
There's a PF Chang's up the block from my house that has 4 of them out front. Right there, I could have found the murder house.
Serial killer
out of PF
Chang's. And here's the thing with M. Night's kind of just like it didn't seem like he knew what he wanted to do with this movie, because at the end it ends kind of like on a cliffhanger. You know,
Nah,
it's like
that was a good teaser.
No, it's dumb because it's
Trap,
like what
Trap 2 with the 2 being the A.
it's so
trap,
dumb.
two
Too trapped, too furious. But it's like it's so dumb because it's like what? So what are we doing? So is he out? Is he gonna continue doing this? Like his life is fucked. They know his face. They know where he looks like. They know where he's at. How far is he even gonna be able to get if he escapes this SWAT car? It's just like it just felt like a lazy ending. It was just like,
Also,
you know what would be really cool? You know what would really leave the audience wanting more? If we have him break out of his
it was also
handcuffs.
Also, wait. I didn't remember this until
they
just
telegraphed
now.
that shit so hard when he went to kneel down and pick the bike. And I was like, at first I was like, are they trying to play on his whole OCD thing? I was like, no, because he would have moved it earlier. I was like, he's doing some shit. He's gonna either get the bike chain or do something and break out. And guess what he did?
Another reason, you mentioned it, that you brought this up, and I think this is a good point. Another reason why I think this movie is lazy is because they were just throwing words out there that meant nothing. They're like, oh, he has OCD. Not once in the entire movie does he display that. He doesn't display any OCD tendencies
until the very end.
He doesn't do anything that's OCD
at all.
He doesn't. You can't tell that he has OCD throughout the entire movie. If the profiler didn't tell us that he did, you wouldn't know that. But that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't affect the story. It doesn't affect his character because they're just like, oh, that's terminology that profilers use.
It's a bunch of word salad, just buzzwords and shit.
Yeah, they're like, oh, psychopaths have OCD, right, or whatever. Yeah, throw that in there, and it's like, what? What does that mean? What does that mean? It doesn't.
And
mean
also,
anything.
to harp more on the fucking concert in Taylor Shyamalan Swift, dude, I would like to just very quickly remember something. Why was she hugging the victim at the end? The Steven guy. Who let her there? Why?
Yeah, she should not be that close to the.
And then everyone's congratulating her like, you did it. You solved the unsolvable case, Miss Swift. Like, what? What?
Not too much,
what qualifications do you have? Why are you here? Who invited you? Get out of here. Gallivant away to another place. I'm tired of this.
Bro, me and AZ the same. Whenever we see something we don't like, we immediately turn into
African dad. African dad.
Speaking of parents, she defeats him by acting like his mom. She's like, that mommy would not be like that.
That part pissed me off because she just switched right into it, and I was like, "What is happening?" Like, I get what they're going for, but she said, "You've been a bad boy, Cooper," and I was like,
is this getting sexual? Is this a porn?
Like, this is not the right movie.
I knew exactly what they were doing, but I was like, this is not. She's not selling it. For that. But that's on her. She just couldn't. She couldn't. It was goofy. It looked stupid. It seemed very corny. You're just like, you're not selling this, and that's, and that's not her fault. She's just not a great actress, and it sucks to say that, but I don't know.
It's being like I said earlier, it would be very wrong of us to not critique this film, because that means that allows more stuff like this to happen. Studios be like, oh, let's greenlight bullshit. People get deceived by good marketing, waste their money, their hard-earned American dollars that we slave clock in, clock out for, to go watch something that is not good.
Precisely.
Like for example, Madam Web. Somehow this movie has managed to rival Madam Web and being an atrocity.
That's kind of crazy, bro.
It has managed. If it weren't for the last 30 minutes of this film and Josh Hartnett flipping that switch and just going crazy,
I'm thinking about it.
Worse than Madam Web.
Madam Web is like laughably bad. This is just like aggravating. This is stupid. This is fundamentally stupid.
So
I was intoxicated, and this made me sober with rage. Like, I was getting mad. I was getting legitimately angry, dude. I think there's so many points. Like when he's with his daughter, right, and they're trying to formulate an escape plan. He sees this little trap door underneath the stage, and he says, "What is a totally normal thing?" He's like, "Hey, daughter, you want to go look at that hole? That's a crazy hole. We can go in there. We can do all kinds of mischief in there. That's a mischief hole. Let's go in there."
The daughter even says, "Dad, you're acting weird.
You're acting weird.
Yeah, you're acting weird."
Just like, Your Honor, this nigga is not right. Like, what? Why? Like,
was there?
He's off-putting as fuck.
I think it's pretty safe to say that we dislike this movie and we've been shitting on it for like 20 minutes. Is there anything that you guys liked about it at all?
I did like one thing.
The one. Oh, go ahead. I'll let y'all go because I'm pretty sure we might have similar things.
Up until I was forced to listen to Russ, the music wasn't terrible.
Oh my god! Thanks for reminding me.
Oh, Russ!
Let me talk
Russ and fucking Kid Cudi are in here.
Let me talk about that real quick. These random ass cameos from musicians to try and legitimize her as an artist. They just came out of nowhere.
They didn't even play themselves.
She said, if we say Parker's name, he might show up. Parker, and then the stage. And I was like, I want to fucking.
I know when Russ showed up, I was literally like, "This is the worst movie I've ever seen."
This movie was here. It just got worse. It just got worse.
Russ, you could have just Kid Cudi was in the movie. You could have just got Kid Cudi, made him the rapper.
He's like Ty Dolla Sign for fucking white high school seniors. I hate Russ so much.
And I love Kid Cudi, and I know he's having fun, but they were like, "Hey, you're gay, play gay," and he was like, "Got it."
Kid Cudi's a twink, and it's funny.
And I was like, what?
Hey, you're a member of the LGBTQ plus community. Let's go ahead and lean directly into stereotypes.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, play a stereotypical gay guy. He's like, got it.
It's like 2000 levels of bad taste.
Smack my ass. It's like, what are we doing?
He blows kisses at the guy. At one point, he complains that he doesn't have ice cold almond milk. Or some shit. I don't know what the fuck he was talking about.
You gave me this lemon kombucha. I asked, you give me this? I asked for this lemon kombucha. You want to make me dookie all day? I was like, what the fuck?
I was like, why are you saying that? Niggas can hear you.
The poor PA, the poor personal assistant was knocking on the door. He said, knock harder, bitch. I was like,
that was funny.
Knock harder, bitch got me. It got me because I'm like, dude, that is the best delivered line in this entire film.
Knock harder, bitch.
He was the only one.
Like I said, Kid Cudi was having fun. He was having a good time.
I think he knew what movie he was working.
Sure, but then being like, "Hey, you're gay, play gay," was kind of like this seems kind of dated and like
really bad. Like,
and the year of our Lord 2024, you're playing a stereotypical. You're getting a non-gay guy to play a stereotypical gay person.
It's in poor taste, man. It is at the end of the day, it's very poor taste.
So what else did y'all like?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Bet.
No, I was just gonna say I liked the main thing I really liked was Josh Hartnett. We always talk about this the adage that we always go, a good actor can save a bad script.
Yep.
A bad actor cannot save a good script, cannot do well in a good script. Josh Hartnett, this is a very hard script for him to overcome. He's a good actor. He's honestly a good actor. This did not showcase him in that light. And I know we texted
until
the very end.
Until the very end.
Minutes when Cooper locked in and knew what the fuck
when he sits up in his chair.
When he was locked in, and you can tell a switch flipped in Josh Hartnett's performance because it goes from this ditzy, this kind
goofy
ass dad who's like, oh hey, let's go do this. Oh, we're gonna take pictures with Lady Raven. Oh, to this calculating, stone cold kill. This is a guy who's supposed to be like he's killed 12 people, or was it 22 people, whatever the number was. Yeah, a big ass body count.
An amount of people, an upsetting amount.
It was more than one,
just
less
like me.
50. More than one, less than 50. That's what his count was. And then like they're trying to track him down, everything. And once he gets to his house, it's like it's his home turf. I gotta do whatever I can to keep my spree going. I gotta do this just with this one kill. And Josh performs that so well. He's calculating, he's cold, he's terrifying. I wish I had shown instead of showing the singer girl locking in the bathroom and doing that damn TikTok live, they should have shown Josh just fucking freaking out in the house, smashing shit. His rage, acting the fool, trying to break down the door. He's a firefighter. Where's the axe, bro?
I genuinely thought they were gonna do a Shining. I thought they were gonna do a Here's Johnny.
That's what I was hoping for, and they didn't lean into that.
Man, deliver.
Oh, man.
Oh, dude, I really do also like A whole lot. This is just fun. I had forgotten this fucking dork was supposed to be scary at all. But the scene where I locked in and I was like, oh, this boy not right. All right, you're the only good part of this movie. Is when he put the glass bottles of oil in the deep fryer and made like a makeshift shrapnel bomb. I was like, holy shit. That is some Arkham ass shit. You
but also can you talk
put
about
explosive
what a
gel
dumb
there.
bitch that coworker, what a dumb bitch that worker was that she just stood there and stared at there.
Yeah, she had like a good
3
second timer.
Like, the moment I saw that shit, I'm dipping.
Writing, bro.
Yeah, you see the label turn over. It say Crisco on it. Why are you still looking? Like, where do you think that glass was gonna go?
She stood there for 10 seconds waiting for that shit to blow up.
Yeah, and now look at you, Harvey Dent from the waist up.
Look at you,
bitch.
ugly as fuck, bitch.
I know, bro. You working that minimum wage ass job. I know you don't have any healthcare insurance.
You ain't got no pension.
I liked
literally and figuratively.
I like Josh Hartnett, like you guys said. I think he's just too good an actor to be bad in this.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's one monologue in the movie where I turned to Gerardo and I was like, this is why he signed up for this movie. And it was when he was sitting at the kitchen table
with the knife,
shirtless with the meat cleaver in his hand,
which he just carries in his pocket for reasons.
And he was just talking to her about like, I thought I could keep my two lives separate, but it turns out I can't. And how did you know? When did you find out? Or stuff like when he was doing that, I was like, oh, I was like, he's good. He's too good. I was like, and he read that and he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. And he probably thought it was fun to play the two, but whatever. I liked him. I liked Alison Pill, the person who plays his wife. She's a phenomenal actress. She's really good in stuff that she did. But the moment I saw that she was the wife, I was like, oh, you're not casting Alison Pill and not having her not do something in this. So I was like, oh, the twist probably involves her, and it did. So, but I like Alison Pill.
Like I said, the ending was telegraphed.
Yeah,
very telegraphed.
But she's great. I think she's a phenomenal actress. I really like her. Put her in more stuff, and I really like I said, the nepotism aspect of it. Although it is the downfall of this movie, and it is the reason we have this dog shit movie. I'm pro brown nepotism, brown and black nepotism. I'm here for it because white people, like I said, have a grip on it, and their grip on nepotism in Hollywood is too strong. Bring more people of color in this bitch. Let's
just side of that nepotism statement. I agree. I agree with that 100%. White people do have a monopoly on the nepotism. Look at fucking Jack Quaid and
don't get me started.
But then on a positive note of how they do nepotism right, Deadpool, they managed to do a very small cameo for his entire family. Ryan.
Oh yeah, that is pretty fucking sweet.
It was Lady Pool was Blake. Kid Pool was his elder child. Baby Pool was literally his newborn, and they were just brief cameos that do not derail the movie. Imagine if they said, "Hey, this is Deadpool and Wolverine. Here's Lady Pool, and now Lady Pool is the main character."
Or even better,
like it.
Even better.
Nerds gonna like it. But
even more nepotism, you could go because it extends to even just like friends, right? So you have things like Sam Raimi, how he puts what is Bruce Campbell in everything, right? And his brother. Same with James Gunn. He puts his brother Sean into everything.
Sean is in everything.
And he's there. And it's fun. And Sean's a great actor. He's also put in things with great material. And unfortunately, the real saving grace of an actor who's given decent material and actual time to shine is Josh Hartnett. But not even he can save this cobbled together mishmash of a film.
Atrocity of a film.
This atrocity. The rapid changes and tonal shifts give you like a whiplash effect. There's like absolutely no consistency. It sucks.
The saying goes, like we said, saying is a good actor can save a bad script. A good actor cannot save a dog shit script, okay? I don't care who you put on there. There's like 4 actors who can do that. If you had put like Denzel,
because I saw Denzel in The Little Things, he didn't say that shit. I'm sorry. Even Denzel is not bulletproof. I'm sorry.
Denzel could have locked in and saved this. He would have been all goofy dad a little bit, but then as soon as it's time to be the serial killer, been like, okay, all right.
No, make Denzel the
you gonna do this shit to me? You gonna do this shit to me?
No, because then at least the antagonist would be on screen if Denzel's the fucking profiler.
Yeah, exactly.
I genuinely thought that old woman was like some kind of security guard.
I was like,
why does this lady?
I was like, I thought she was his mom.
Exactly.
I thought that's what they were trying to go for, but it was so weird.
It was his mom.
I was like, is that his mom who survived him killing her? And so
then
now she's like hunting him down.
I'm gonna get him. That would have been a good story too.
There's also like a really
all the writer's room.
all the line readings too are just so fun because there's like these weird little acting choices that don't make any sense where people are like
terrible.
He is in there with the civilians. This is currently a crime scene. You must leave. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Directly back to what we talked about earlier. When he was at the beginning with Jamie telling him all the shit. There I knew every secondary, tertiary character that came in is gonna be some horrible ass like screen like it's Josh Hartnett who's doing good and that Spencer dude because all he's doing is saying where he's at because that's not hard to do. Everybody else is doing some bullshit. The cops were all wonky as hell. They were, hey, you shouldn't be up here on this roof. Let me see your identification. What's the code?
Well, let me just tell you everything. Let me tell you the plan.
Because you already know the plan, but I'm going to repeat it in case you might have missed anything.
Did you guys see the post credit scene?
Jamie?
Scene? That was not funny.
That shit was funny because I was like, bro, this is so bad. It was so bad. I was like, what the fuck is this?
I think Jamie's funny. That shit was forced.
Yes. It was funny in the sense like he could have done more like different stuff, but this movie is just so bad. I was like, I'm laughing because I'm embarrassed that I even paid money to watch. I paid my hard-earned American dollars to watch this
to watch this bullshit.
To watch dog shit.
You know what? You don't have to pay money for though, Matt.
Really bad ass and poor quality film. TRAP is an acronym for terrible, really bad ass, poor quality. That's what it stands for.
Terrible, retarded ass.
Whoa, we can't. Retired.
Nah, it stands for your reaction to every single moment of this, which would be this really ain't plausible. This shit is just convenience after convenience, and it really be hurt. It really be hurt.
Put that on the poster. This shit really ain't possible.
This really ain't possible, bro.
This really ain't possible.
All in all, bro.
Ass.
But you know what, Matt? Even though we spent our hard money dollars, you know what is free? Rating this piece of shit.
Hating is free.
Hating is free. What are y'all's ratings? I'll go last. I gotta charge this shit up like a spirit bomb, bro.
Every day I wake up, the first thing I do, wake up. Second thing I do, spread hate. Third thing I do, eat breakfast. That's how it's so simple. And that's what we're about to do with these ratings, bro. Luis, go first.
It's a 5. Giving this movie a 5.
5 is generous as hell.
Yeah, I'm giving this movie a 5. I think that is very generous. But like I said, it is bad. Objectively bad. It's not a good movie. But I think despite all the shitting on it, I'm being incredibly, I think, not gracious enough in the fact that it can be it's so bad it's like kind of like funny sometimes. And it's just like and I'm just like, God, this sucks. Josh Hartnett's really good, and I'm like, this sucks, but I'm kind of entertained. This sucks and this is stupid, but I guess whatever, you know. So actually, you know what? It's a 4.
There we go. That's more like it.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I was like, that wasn't that many good things about it. It's a 4. Fuck this movie. It sucks. Don't go watch it. Don't go watch it. Don't waste your fucking money. I was trying to be nice. Don't fucking waste your money, bro.
That's real. That's real. Matt, where are you at? Because I got
bro. You know what's crazy? We watched. What did we watch in 2022? Black Adam, Devotion, and then it was
Fear of the Gods.
Devotion was good. My fault. Black Adam, which I put as a 4 out of 10, which is now higher than this movie. Megan M3, which is also a 4 out of 10, higher than this movie. Shazam! Fear of the Gods managed to squeeze out a 5.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
And that's like a very generous. Like,
and that's only because you gave it two extra points for the boobies in the movie.
It's just
no.
If not, it would have gone a 3. But because a very specific person, you gave it a 5.
the one and then Cocaine Bear. That's the other one. Cocaine Bear was also a 5 because it's
Cocaine.
just dumb.
No, that's crazy.
Fun.
Cocaine Bear should be a 1. Cocaine Bear is
No,
literally one of the worst things I have ever watched.
You get cocaine, you get a bear.
Life.
At least it doesn't lie to your face. At least it doesn't lie to your
Cocaine Bear
goddamn
is
face.
Dog shit.
That's why
the worst thing ever made.
I knew what I was going into. This film, here's where it's ranking. My worst rated film since we started this podcast is Madam Web with a 2 out of 10. And tied with The Flash, also a 2 out of 10.
Stop. If you say this is worse than Madam Web and The Flash,
this film is a 3 out of 10.
Okay.
Only because the last 30 minutes saved my complete annihilation. Like Josh Hartnett, M. Night needs to go in whatever bag of cash he was given to make this movie. He needs to go take that and allocate it to Josh Hartnett's bank account. Because if it wasn't for Josh Hartnett locking the fuck in that last 30 minutes,
this movie would not have worked.
If he didn't turn it to 2017 Houston Astros in the last 30 minutes and lock in, then this would have been bullshit, and I would have been so pissed. And it would have been a 1 out of 10. Honestly, it would have been so bad. But Josh Hartnett locked in, saved it. So we went from a 1 to a 3.
1 is crazy. Madam Web is atrocious.
Madam Web only got a 2. I don't know why I gave it a 2.
I would rather rewatch Madam Web than watch this again. I'm gonna be honest.
No, you wouldn't.
Stop. No, I mean that genuinely.
Disingenuous.
As I've seen it twice, right? I would genuinely say yes.
No,
I would.
It's not that bad, guys. It is not worse than Madam Web. It's not worse than Madam Web.
I'm saying if Josh Hartnett didn't lock in, it would have been worse than Madam Web.
Okay,
because there would just been some schlock.
So we got
Josh Hartnett was existing and doing what he needed to do. I'd have been like, okay. That's fine.
So we got Josh Hartnett, right?
So it's a 3 out of 10.
We also got to see Kid Cudi.
That's the 1, 2.
And we got Knock Louder, bitch. That's 3 points. And that's
Russ.
Oh yeah, that's true. They made me listen to Russ.
It's actually gonna be a 4 out of 10, but Russ brought it back to a 3.
Yeah, I forgot. They did make me listen to Russ. I didn't consent to that. I didn't appreciate that.
I didn't consent to that.
I didn't like that. That was
consensually made me
that was not
Russ.
Needed, bro. I don't need.
And then Russ showed up. I said, "God damn it!" And
I don't need surprise Russ, bro. That's more. That there was one bit of Russ in this movie, and that was one more than I liked.
One bit too many.
For that, man. Nigga, you get a 2. You get a fucking 2. That's what you deserve, Trap.
Damn.
That's what you deserve. To put this into perspective, while I was watching this movie, I had to boot up the comic book site that I use and read the newest issue of Ultimate Spider-Man like there was Subway Surfers at the bottom of a fucking TikTok to find this entertaining. This is the most absolute dreck that I've ever had to sit through in a theater, and it is incredible.
That's crazy.
I am actually fantastically amazed that anyone at all, with even a modicum of a brain cell, could not get up to go use the bathroom, and while pissing away their bodily fluids, think for even a second, you know what? I can leave right now, and I won't
AZ
feel
is being a bit hyperbolic. I don't think it's not that bad.
This shit made me angry.
I think it's ass. I don't think it's good. But I've definitely seen worse movies than Trap.
It gave us Russ,
Cocaine Bear, and Madam Web.
Cocaine Bear squeezed out those numbers because it knew what film it was. It was horrible. Alden Ehrenreich, my goat, saved me. He locked me for a little bit.
That's
for
crazy.
A little bit, not a lot of bit, just a little bit. But we knew what we were getting into with this film. We were misled with the marketing of
Ice Cube Jr. was dog shit in that.
But that's just, I mean, what else is he doing?
Hey,
that being Ray Liotta's last movie before he passed is a fucking shame. It's a fucking shame and disrespectful to his legacy.
They shouldn't have released it.
They should not have released it. Out of respect to Ray Liotta's legacy, that movie should not have ever come out. Elizabeth Banks,
Liotta family.
Elizabeth Banks will see hell for making that dog shit movie. I promise you. If it's not because of all the adrenochrome she's drinking, it'll be because she made fucking cocaine. That's atrocious. That is truly a horrendous movie.
The main point I've seen, and it's my favorite review of this, is that this movie is really masquerading as a blockbuster or an actual like theater worthy movie when it should be on Tubi, and I strongly agree.
I think a straight to Netflix release would have really worked for this movie.
No.
Yes. Have you seen the dog shit on Netflix?
Tubi is free. Netflix costs money, and I don't want to pay for this.
The Kissing Booth.
I'd rather watch The Kissing Booth. That has charm and emotion.
Easy.
This only has Josh Hart.
This is off the end this shit right now, man. This is crazy.
One has Rust, the other one doesn't. I rest my case. That's all I'm saying.
One Josh has Josh Hartnett, the other does not.
There's a severe lack of Rust in The Kissing Booth.
The other problem with this film is the timing of its release in comparison to what's around it. Deadpool and Wolverine is out right now. That is the movie of the summer right now. The movie that released adjacent to this film was Harold and the Purple Crayon. And I'm not even we're not gonna go on the long one on this one because it's gonna be another 2 hours slander fest. But you can tell
fuck Zachary Levi
where this is going.
Fuck
we are
that nigga doing Carnival Cruises.
We're notorious Zachary Levi haters in this channel, bro. I'm not even gonna cap. I don't think anyone on this show likes Zachary Levi anymore. At one point, I thought he was cool. He started off cool with Chuck and he was Flynn Rider.
Big Mama's House too.
Yeah.
Big Mama's House too. The first Shazam. Fine. Everything was fine.
That's when his stock was the highest.
At some point, he fell off the wagon and started doing some shit. And I was like, what are you doing?
COVID.
And from there,
and then he was like, vaccines. Maybe they're not that great.
People see me fly around in tights, and now I should have opinions.
Exactly.
There,
now
I was like,
we're
gonna get him out of there, bro. We got to get him out of there. And now look at the type of films he's doing.
No, but you're right. I think release is important.
The Purple Crayon, dog shit ass film. That film right there is not even a 1 out of 10. That's a 0 out of 10. That's my.
You know what's amazing?
It's the lowest rated film I've ever seen, and I haven't
Harold.
seen it yet.
The thing is, Harold can draw anything he wants with that purple crayon, but what he can't draw is people to the box office.
There you go.
It's actual.
But man, just to touch on that point really quick, Deadpool and Wolverine came out the week before this movie. Trap came out this past week. This week we'll have Alien Romulus. So it's it's just sandwiched. It's sandwiched between two juggernauts. And it's not. Don't watch that. Watch Deadpool. I fucking hated Deadpool and Wolverine. Watch that bullshit before you watch Trap. And please watch Alien Romulus before you watch either one of those bullshit ass movies.
Mind you, when was the last Alien film? Was it Prometheus?
No, it was
one more after that, right? Covenant. When was that one? Like 2017, 2018?
16.
Around there. 16? I thought Prometheus was 2016.
I think.
2017. Yes,
2017 Covenant.
Yeah, so we haven't had an Alien film since 2017. People are thirsting for this type of content. This type of not content. I don't want to say content. That sounds
don't call movies content, bro.
No, hell no. We don't do that here. The fuck is that? It's this type of cinema. Cinema's back, baby. And Fede Alvarez is cooking. I'm excited for this. I don't like horror, but I'm excited for this. It's sci-fi horror and it looks good. How can you sandwich your movie? They sent Trap Out There to Die. They sent that man on a suicide mission.
They knew what they were doing.
They sacrificial lamb that whole between Deadpool and Alien Romulus. Between good and good, they put ass. This is the reverse.
Between ass and amazing, they put dog shit.
You're objective on that ass.
No, before shit and dog shit. It's shit, dog shit.
This guy ain't trying to make a name for himself here. Look at this guy. He don't know how to make a name for himself here.
Stop. End the shit right now.
That boy ain't gonna make a name for himself.
Before I end my shit.
Shout all up out of my daddy's nuts and into my mama. Shout out and said, what's up?
End it right now.
You know how long I've been waiting for this?
Shut the fuck up. End it.
I've been waiting for this.
Shut the fuck up. End this shit.
And speaking of things we're waiting for, thanks to shout out backstage, Matt did the thing.
That's why they pay me the big bucks. We don't get paid. Shout out backstage, y'all. Shout out the homies over there, tapping in with all the things Hollywood. David is actually out there on a clandestine mission that we can't mention right now. Locking in. That's our boy.
That boy cooking right now.
Just know if you really want to get tapped in with things Hollywood from a company that has good people, go ahead and tap in with backstage. I can't say this enough. I really do enjoy their stuff on YouTube, watching them on Twitter, seeing all their stuff. They're very up to date on all their posts with Hollywood related content on Twitter. Like, you know, showing out all the information that comes from Comic-Con, all things that you want to get into. If you want to know, if you want to be in the know, tap in with Backstage OL. Give them a follow. The @ is over there on the ticker and in the episode description below. Also follow our very own AZ, the all-knowing Asamoto on Twitch, twitch.tv/TariSingo. We're going to get that name on a shirt before some yutz tries to steal it from you, bro. We're going to copyright that shit right now. Twitch.tv/TariSingo. AZ got new stuff coming up here in the future on the streams. Also follow our boy on YouTube at TariSingo. Both of those names will be on the ticker and the episode description below. With that being said, guys, another thrilling episode's in the books. Huge thanks to everyone who tuned in today. Go ahead and keep the excitement going by following us on all platforms at Cinestro Corp. Also in the ticker and the episode description. We've got an epic lineup for the rest of this year that you guys don't want to miss. Like we said, Alien Romulus coming up next week. Tapped in for that. We're gonna be tapped in for the rest of the movies and shows coming up.
Oh, y'all better get ready for a motherfucking Glaze Fest when Alien
Glaze
Romulus
Fest coming.
Y'all,
I see no more
Y'all
tongue
ain't
will not
ready,
compare to
boy.
the
I'ma
amount of
glaze
gawk
the
I'm about to
fuck out of
spit,
that movie.
baby.
Y'all ain't ready, boy.
Slobbing.
That boy face hugging this movie.
I'm gonna face something that movie. And it ain't hugging. Okay. Anyways,
Before we forget, remember to smash that like and subscribe button so y'all never miss a beat. Show us some love by leaving us a stellar 5-star review wherever you catch this podcast. Spread the word about our podcast and YouTube channel far and wide. Share it with your friends, your family, your entire network. Y'all support means the absolute world to us. And until next time, guys, stay awesome, stay cool, watch good films, and we'll see you on the next episode of The Cinestro Corps. Peace.
Yeah.